Pacers are in the championship. Just a heads up. We're audio live on MySpace and YouTube. MySpace live. All right. 7:25. We'll be starting at 7:30. Good evening, ladies and germs. Welcome to the show. Here at Briggett's Last Laugh, Tickle Your Bone Weekly Comedy Festival. We have a wonderful show for you tonight. My name's Sean. I'm usually the weekly host, but this week we have a very special guest host. She'll be making her way up to the stage. They moved around some stuff. They put the dartboards over here now. Please don't play darts during the game, even though they moved the dartboard. Please do not throw darts, but if you don't like a comic, instead of throwing tomatoes, you can throw darts at them. Heads up, hashtag kill a comic. We have 6 fantastic comics on tonight. Actually, we have 5 and one that doesn't want to be here. That might be me. But the only reason why I showed up tonight, I'm going to tell you honestly, is because I went to Ross. Hey, you son of a bitch. I went to Ross the other day, and I was bored at work, and I was like, I got to go find some new work pants. And I found these penguins that I knew were about $90, and I got them for $19. Yeah. So nice. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but they're fucking dope. So I was like, I'll go to the show so I can wear my new pants, because I can't wear these to a funeral. Thank you. Hello, I'll be here all week. Try the veal. We have in the back on the 1s and 2s, Teddy fexofenadrine, our antihistamine on the DJ. Everything look good, brother? All right, cool. All right, we have a wonderful lineup, and like I said, we have a special guest host, hence why the mic is a little lower. She's one of the greatest of all time. We love her dearly. I think that after her set, we can probably just call it a night, and I'll go home because she's better than us. Please put your hands together for the very funny and talented Miss Cierra Renee Miranda.
Get a stool. Is there a stool? Do we have a stool for the comics? A stool. Can I get something right here? Thank you. That's great. Do a little something like this. Thank you. Briggett's Last Laugh. Please give it up for Sean McCarthy. That beautiful man. He is, God bless him. He is, honestly, you're so not used to it. Like, you're not used to, as for the comics, you're not used to when Sean's just like, and I hope everyone has a good show. Here comes 6 comics. Have a really great night. And then that's it. You're just like ready for like the jump rope, or you're just like, you're ready for him to be like, and you're ready. And then he has another spiel to tell you. And then, or a story about Waylon. I don't know. You just really think that there's going to be about 7 more minutes of you just, like, I could take a shit if I wanted to. But no, we're good. Let's get this cracking. I'm very excited for tonight. Truly, literally everyone on the show tonight, for you, all you people in the audience tonight, are in for quite a treat. Make it sound real loud on that live stream. Are in for a treat. It is very seldom where every comic actually enjoys each other's company. So this is, yeah. Usually it's you're forced to sit with each other and pretend to laugh because a contest is upon you, and you must lie to each other and pretend that this. You have to like pretend like it's very much work. You get the pep talk before the contest, and it's like listening to your manager before work. Before the shift starts. This gung ho shit, and you have to pretend like you give a shit, right? Except we don't get paid, so it's just way worse. Okay. It's psychological warfare upon us all. So I very much love every single comic tonight. Everyone here, it's one of those things where it's like we all root for each other, but more importantly, like truly a fan of each fucking comic. So very excited. I'll get off of that now. Oh no, except for Diethrich, he's on, right? Oh, never mind. So just 5 comics are really good. And then Diethrich is here tonight, so that'll be fine. You can't see him, but he's here. No, he's great. He's given me some sage advice. I've been starting to try to lose weight, because he let me know, don't bother, because it's already too far, he said. He told me it's been too long, he said, so just not lose weight is what he told me. Mind you, he has been fighting obesity all his life, but that's fine. And as a woman in this world, nobody has more things to say about your weight than a random man that you meet, So of course, Diethrich, who is a brother of mine, had to let me know you're out of control, okay? So I've been trying to lose weight, and everything's fine, but here's my issue. Is that, so I'm 37 years old, and it is a fucking nightmare. You guys are beautiful young women. You don't have to worry about this, but let me tell you something. There's a moment where you're like, I'm gonna hold off. Don't! Because I am 37 years old, and it has been the longest fucking struggle of my life. This is the first time I'm doing it truly on my own. Like, no HCG, no Ozempic, no cocaine. I am not doing a single fucking, and if I could just have some, if I knew, I'm not even scared of Ozempic, I just can't afford it. But I can afford cocaine. And if I knew my heart could handle it, I'd go right back to it, you know? God, my jawline was, I could cut a fucking I could make diamonds, just like fucking cut shit. My jaw was so good, you know? But here I am, just like, I'll use White Claw, you know, so I'm working really hard, kind of, but it's not as easy when you're older. But it's also not as easy when you just like don't give a shit, you know? Like I kind of see, like my problem is I see weight the way people see like a credit score, you know? Like it's supposed to fluctuate. Like, are you kidding me? Like, yeah, I've been in the 750s, but then I had a little fun, and you know what? I'm at 530, but it was a good time, you know? Like, you never went into debt for a minute, and then you're just like, I'll just work my way back up, you know? You thought I meant weight-wise. No, I was never at 750. Although that's what Diethrich thinks. Diethrich he sent me an application for 600-pound life. I cried my fucking eyes out. And that's the thing, right? We're still mad, though. Like, men are still mad that we chose the bear. We're choosing the bear. But I'm not in a man-hater stage. I just think it's really great to be a man. I think it's truly the best time to be a man now. And yet the bar has never been set more low. Like, there's this dude on TikTok who has a bajillion followers, and all I see is just women like, oh my God, isn't he so sexy? Oh my God, isn't he so hot? He just cleans his condo. That's it. It's just videos of him cleaning his condo. And you know what? I'm sitting there like whacking off to this shit, not even realizing it. It's just like my hand just finds its way, you know? And then like you see him like, he'll put like, is that cinnamon sticks in a pot, you know? And then you men don't know, it creates an aroma. And then bitches wanna fuck, you know? Like, that's how low this bar is set. All right, I also gained weight because I'm in a relationship. So fuck you, Diethrich. I'm happy, okay? I'm happy. So I gained relationship weight. I am in a relationship. Very happy. If you can't tell by my clothes, of course, it's a woman. So really great times. But like, I knew I needed to get in a relationship. I knew I needed to settle down. Because like I thought I was fine with being single. Like everything was chill. Like I was just, you know, whatever. But like I was getting jealous of like, you know, the love on like the ID channel, you know, like all the true crime podcasts, like the crimes of passion, you know? Like that's sexy, you know what I mean? And I was watching too much true crimes, right? Like, okay, so like this is what I hate is like as an Americans, right? We're just like sick and disgusting, okay? Because like I saw this headline that was, like, we've gone so far into serial killers and murders that we're so numb that I saw this headline that said, 15 creepy facts about serial killers, you know? As if, like, the fact that they're murderers aren't creepy enough, you know? Or, like, John Wayne Gacy or whatever, right? Like fucking try to murder, like, baby boys, like, fucking wrestling boys. But like, ooh, he left the toilet seat up. Oh, you know? Ew, isn't that gross? You know? Ted Bundy, right? Like, oh, smart man. And we're just like, you know, heinously murder, had like fucking bodies and shit. But like, did you know he ate his boogers? You know? Ooh, Ted Bundy. Thought you were played by Zac Efron. All right. Let's see. I have lots of jokes ready for you guys. All right, dating a woman, happy about it. Oh yeah, this is my thing about weight. Sorry. You know, there's that expression like, like another thing about losing weight, gaining weight, and like I don't give a shit. You're beautiful at any fucking weight, and if you don't want to fuck me at this weight, you can go fuck yourself, right? So, but at the same time, I just wish there's like that expression of like I wish somebody told me like these were the good times, right? Like if this is a good time you're living in. Like I just wish there was somebody, not Diethrich, obviously, but I wish there was like a little cute like Geppetto or some fucking cute Tinkerbell that was just like, this is the hottest you'll be for like at least 15 years, you know? Just so I know. Cause like the hottest I mean, I was like, fuck, like, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but like I could have been like, I wouldn't have been like a yacht bitch, but like I would have been like on one of those like those little mini ones like on Lake Pleasant. I would have been like more than a paddle boat bitch, you know what I mean? Like I would have had me a little speed one, you know, like at least like I was no Scottsdale bitch, but you know what? I would have had a nice apartment paid for in like Paradise Valley, you know? And if somebody just would have told me that, I wouldn't have stuck with my morals like, I can make my own money. Now, Diethrich, you can't afford me, so stop laughing. Okay. Oh, fucking sure, Diethrich. You have what? I have a 401k. Okay, Diethrich. Who did you kill that one from? Who did you murder to get that 401k? All right. 401k. What's your percentage? I know you're lying about that. I know you're lying. I don't care what white man told you that was the right one. You're lying. You are at 4.5%. Okay. Let's leave. Let's get your party started. I think the comics are ready. I think this crowd is heat up. We are hot and we're cooking. And there's weed to smoke tonight. I'll leave you on this. I get questioned on my sexuality a lot. Even if I'm not with my girlfriend, it's annoying, right? Because it's just like, you know, it's just like, it's nobody's business who the fuck anyone is. And men are so lucky that being gay is actually not a choice because, like, my God, you know? But, like, you know, I get mad about it only because it's nobody's business. Like, I feel like if I say I'm one thing, then, like, this is what you're going to, like, judge me as. Or if I say I'm this, then, like, you're only going to see me one way. I just want everyone to want to fuck me equally. You know what I mean? All right. Sean, I forgot who's up. Okay, so, first guy coming up. I know his first name. What was his last name? You don't even know how to say it. All right. No, he does. No. First guy coming up, very cool cat. Just met him, but very super nice. My God, hideous. Nick Zautra, everybody. He'll tell me.
Thanks so much. Thank you. All right. Good evening. Hello. All right. So, I've been taking a lot of Ubers and Lyfts lately. And when I first downloaded the Lyft app, like years ago, like I needed a profile photo like really quick. So I just Google image searched like a photo of my favorite animal, which is the capybara. And so for the past 8 years, like every time a Lyft driver picks me up, they call up to the curb, then they look at the photo, and then they look at me and they look at the photo, and we have this little fun thing. They're like, Nicholas, that's not you in the photo. And so sometimes they'll go on and be like, is that a bunny? And I have to be like, no, it's a capybara. It's a friendly rodent from South America. And it's like, suddenly I'm the weird one. So, I'm from Uptown Phoenix. Uptown. And you know, in every spot in Arizona has their pests, right? Like Tempe has their scorpions. Gilbert has some mice. We've got Waymos. We got lots of Waymos. They are infesting our streets. Literally one goes up and down our street every single day. And it's like, I love the Waymo experience. I don't know if you've ever ridden in one. It's amazing. But it's like, every time I see them on the street, I just want to go outside and be like, shoo, Waymo, shoo, get out of here. Go back to San Francisco. You guys like impressions? Whoa! Okay, here's my attempted an impression of a guy from New Jersey who's never seen a movie in his entire life. The Matrix? Baby, what is that? I never heard of that. You know what that is? Is that a real place? Benedict Cumberbatch. Who is that? I don't know who that is. What'd he do? He fight UFC? Top Gun. Who's Top Gun? I don't know who that is. He a battle rapper? All right, that was my impression. Thank you. All right, so I'm recently a new dad. Well, not that recent, like 11 months ago. Woo, yeah. It's still What's that? Baby's sleeping. And it still boggles my mind, like, just like that I was able to, and like what happens when you take like a real live thing home from the hospital, right? Like, I still remember a week after we brought home my baby, a friend texted me and they're like, hey, how's Max? He's our son's name, Max. Like, how's the little boy doing? And I'm like, he's doing great. His umbilical cord just fell right off. Like, I know that's a thing, but what a weird thing, right? Like, it's like, I'm just so impressed by just how animalistic we are. It's just like so amazing. So my wife and I, now that we have the baby, we're looking to buy a house, which is challenging considering half of my net worth is in Dairy Queen points. I love fast food. I totally love fast food. Like, I basically, every other night I'm texting Filiberto's, you up. But it's like these drive-thrus now, like especially like the big places, they're getting incredibly busy. Like, the lines are so long. And the things they're trying to do to fix that doesn't actually make it go any faster. So like Chick-fil-A, for example, they try to distract you. Like, they send out this army of 13-year-olds to bother you. And like In-N-Out, they just put all these like cones out and they try to trap you, right? Like you're in some sort of a go-kart race. Dutch Brothers, well, they just say, fuck you, you're gonna wait, do you have the app? Like, that's basically Dutch Brothers' MO. And like, I'm really sad about, does anybody like Dutch Brothers here? It's kind of, woo, woo. Okay, I like it, but like, Dutch Brothers used to be like so chill. Like, it used to be so relaxed. And I know, because I used to work at Dutch Brothers, like, back in the summer of 2009, back when it was run and operated by a bunch of stoners from Grants Pass, Oregon. Basically, there was one job requirement, and it was proving that you were high. That was, like, the whole thing. Right, so easy. So, and I think the only reason I got hired was that the hiring manager, during our interview, was like, final question. To you, what is the best album of all time? And I was like, Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. And she was like, oh my God, that it's an amazing album. Like that's literally the whole thing. But sad to say, I don't smoke weed anymore. I don't even drink. I'm like completely sober. Thank you. So no, like us sober people, like we can be kind of dramatic sometimes. Like we can say things like, my worst day sober was always better than my best day drinking. And it's like, was that day like back in college when I was like dancing around on ecstasy with my best friend and those three beautiful women, was that day really worse than any day 3 weeks ago? Like literally any day 3 weeks ago? I don't think so. What else has been going on? So a little about me. I have a PhD in cognitive science. Very recently, my last job was teaching at the University of Pittsburgh, right? And at the University of Pittsburgh, basically any teaching job, you get these anonymous teaching reviews. And surprise, like most of the reviews actually have nothing to do with teaching. They'll just be like, my class is far away, or like, the book is really expensive, or like, Professor looks like Ed Helms from The Hangover. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? And so, now I can't, the thing about this is I can't respond to these teaching reviews. And it's so frustrating because like, if someone is like, you look like Stu from The Hangover, I want to be like, well, you're one to talk, you Neville Longbottom looking motherfucker. Like, I just want to like get at these students. Like, I just want to go like rogue restaurant owner at some like negative Google review with no abandon, like, Denise, you have the nerve to come into Carrabba's Italian Grill. You show up, you don't pay, you don't eat, you're rude to Mario, you're a disgrace to the Awatuki community, and never want to see you again. Okay, this will be a fun one. So I'm trying to get back there, trying to apply for jobs, and one of the things you got to do is like submit an application and submit references. And like for some reason, submitting references is just like really terrifying to me. Just because like I don't know if it's my general sense of mistrust with other people, but it's just like anything could happen, like literally anything on that call. So like a hiring manager could make that call and be like, "Hi, Mr. Allen, I'm calling about a reference for Nick Zautra," and like literally anything could happen. Like it could just be dinosaur sounds, just like roar, 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 and it's like I don't think I'm getting the job after that. All right, my name is Nick Zautra. That's it. Thank you so much.
Give it up for that poor bastard. Has to walk around looking like that. Oh my God, poor him. Oh my God, I bet he has so much trouble. Okay, absolutely great set. Nobody in here believes that you have any points at Dairy Queen ever, but thank you so much for trying to relate to us comics. I love that. I really appreciate that. Okay, let's keep it going. Truly a brilliant kid. Love him very much. The most adorable, Mr. Eddie Cruz.
Thank you, Sierra. You're the best. I love you very, very much. Nick, that was a great set. You look good, man. PhD in cognitive science? I don't know what the fuck that is. You know what that tells me? You're a virgin. How about you get some pussy, boy? No, I'm playing. Where the white women at? They're right there. I see you very clearly. Yes, you can. I don't know if you guys pay attention to like global news. I have fucking gum. I apologize for the unprofessionalism, Sean. Please don't fire me. Oh, damn it. I saw that China is threatening the United States, not with missiles or nuclear, IBMs or anything like that. No, they're threatening to nationalize McDonald's and Kentucky Fried Chicken. I don't know if you guys remember during the pandemic when, because America is a capitalistic country, profits first, health second, we would outsource COVID masks. We didn't have any because China made them all. They didn't give a shit then. China nationalizing Kentucky and McDonald's. America don't like that. All right, I'll work on that one. No, but Nick is a recent father. Congratulations, my man. I think kids are fucking stupid. I want some, but recently I've been hanging out with my friends. We go play basketball. They bring their kids. There's a playground there for them to play with, right? I'm talking about the toddlers, terrible twos, right? They want to be kidnapped so bad. They just walk and they never come back. Kids, they make it too easy nowadays. I don't know if it was always like this. I always was very afraid. If I got lost in Walmart, I went straight to customer service. Kids nowadays, they just stay lost. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, for instance, I have a dumb problem with picking up people, right? I accidentally picked up a prostitute. It's a long story, Nick. If I got time, I'll tell you. My fat ass was gonna go get some food, and in my neighborhood, I see these kids that they fell, and they flagged me down, and in my head, I was like, please don't look at me. I don't want to stop and help you. Please leave me alone. But this poor kid was just like, please, I need help. So I was like, damn, I don't want to be the bad guy. So I pull over. I'm like, what's up, guys? Stupidest shit ever. He just fell. Panicked. He thinks he was going to die. But he was riding a bike and he fell. No helmet, idiot, you know? But I was like, yo, my man, follow my finger. What's your name? What day is it? He passed everything. I don't know. I'm not a fucking doctor. He looked good to me. I was like, well, so what do you want me to do? Do you want to call your parents? I don't know their number. Okay. You're not making it easy on me, kid. Do you want me to give you a ride home or something? He's like, sure. So my dumbass puts his bike on the back of my truck, and I give him a ride. And I don't know, man. It just felt wrong, you know? I don't know this kid. This kid doesn't know me, and yet he's in my car. I thought Chris Hansen was going to pull up. No lie. And then, I'm trying to make the kid feel comfortable, so I'm like, how old are you? And as soon as I said that, I was like, this is not an appropriate question. And then his dumb ass was like, I'm 9. I'm like, oh, dude, don't tell me. I don't want to know. I finally got to to his house, because now I know where he lives. Take the bike from the back of my truck. And, like, what do I tell him? Like, don't get in a car with strangers. You got lucky this time? Like, I could have fucked you? Like, what? What do you tell, like, how do you, like, emphasize the point not to get in a car with strangers, you know? I don't know. I'll work on it, though. I gotta work on that. I got a sip of water. But no, yeah, Nick, I accidentally picked up a prostitute. I'm telling you, there's something about people asking for help and my dumb ass helping, you know? Because I didn't think she was a prostitute. You know, I went to the gas station one late night. My mom asked me to. After I finished pumping gas, this lady walks up to me out of nowhere. She's like, yo, can you give me a ride home? Me trying to do the right thing, be a chivalrous man like my parents taught me. Where do you live? Happen to be on the way home. Get in the car. I got you. Don't worry about it. We haven't even left the parking lot. She's asking me all these questions. Are you married? Do you have a girlfriend? My girlfriend had just broken up with me, by the way. It was a couple years ago. Fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch. So yeah, single man. I didn't have a wife, and I didn't have a girlfriend at the time, or now. But so my dumb ass thinking it's small talk. I'm like, do you have a boyfriend? Are you married? Obviously she doesn't. And we get going. And Nick, let's pretend you're my prostitute, right? Okay. She looked just like you, 6'3", Diet Coke shirt, you know, buff as shit. I'm driving, I'm doing my thing, and I feel her staring at me, like kind of like how when you fuck up and your mom's like ready to hit the shit out of you, and then you're like, oh, I feel a disturbance in the force, like you're just like ready. I look over and her titty's out. Her titty was out, I swear to God. If it was a gun, I would have been dead. Her titty was out. Now, Nick, a new father, what would you do? You're driving, you turn to your right, and a titty is out. It is not your wife's titty. It's a woman's. What are you doing? You're touching the titty. That's right. I touched the titty. It was a beautiful sandbag. That's what it was. Oh. And then the rest of the way, she's giving me like this sob story about how her mom's dying. She can't afford the medical bills. I wasn't really paying attention because her titty's out, you know? I'm over here glancing every 10 seconds, you know. We finally get to where she wanted me to drop her off. And she's like, are you willing to pay me for some sexual acts? And out of curiosity, I swear to God, you know, I'm a child of God. Raised Catholic, went to Catholic school. Out of curiosity. Name your prices. Because up to this point, you know, the only experience I've had with prostitution has been Grand Theft Auto, you know? Where I get the bitch in the car, do what needs to be done, kill the bitch, get my money back. So I'm like, name your prices, out of curiosity. She said something outlandish, like $70 per head. And I was like, oh my God, had you come sooner? I just pumped, you know, this is Joe Biden's America, baby. Gas ain't cheap no more. I was like, had you come sooner, the answer might have been different. But then she was like, can you at least buy me a pack of cigarettes? And I was like, that shit's bad for you, and I kicked her out. I was like, get out of my car. And then I went home. I told my parents, and they were so mad at me. They're like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Why would you get a strange? See, I'm over here yelling at a little kid for letting, get in the car with strangers. And then my dumb ass doing the same thing, picking up strangers. Like, what the fuck? Then my mom went to sleep. And my dad's like, why doesn't that shit happen to me? And I'm like, okay, Pops. All right, man. You dirty old man, you. All right, that's been my time, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Keep it going for your host, Sierra.
Thank you, Mr. Eddie Cruz. Book him for comedy as well as babysitting, right? Don't you babysit now? There you go. Honestly, the tagline, "Don't you know I could fuck you?" Great. Like, that is comedy, okay? Like, brilliant. It's brilliant. I will not waste any time because that was a great set. And the next guy is the consummate professional. Knows what he's doing every time. So please, give it up for the only nerd who makes it look like it's okay, Mr. Joe Gangemi.
Thank you, you three. I really appreciate it. Keep it going for your host, Sierra. And I appreciate you guys being here. It's crazy that there's such a low turnout for a show with a lineup that notoriously is terrible at promoting. Did anybody tell anybody this was happening? I didn't tell anybody. But this guy's back. What's up, dude? I thought Eddie walked a quarter of the crowd. All right. We should probably go through some notes. One, thank you, Sierra. You're being very pleasant tonight. I don't know why. She's usually a fucking bully. She's a mean little person that will say terrible, terrible things to you. But she's been very polite tonight. It's weird. To be honest, I don't like it. You didn't mention once that the sober guy wearing a Diet Coke shirt is Diet Coke. He looks like he should be Coke, but he doesn't really get you going like that. You know what I mean? Just kidding. Great set. Also, Eddie, just talking about picking up strays all over town. Yeah. Oh, there's one. You're just going to grab it. That doesn't sound weird at all from a guy with a Jerry curl. They're natural. I was kidding around. Also, you know comics are struggling when they're like, $70 to have me come in your mouth? I don't think so. That's a fucking great price, dude. I mean, I didn't see the lady standing outside of Circle K that you picked up, but still, it's in Biden's America, it's not bad. All right. Sierra was talking about serial killers and being like, well, that's not so bad, you know? I had like, oh, well, what else does he do? I kind of had that same thought when I watched the Puff Daddy video, where I was like, oh, this is fucking terrible. Oh, how could somebody do that? Also, what did she do? He is so fucking mad. She had to do something, right? All right, we're spitballing. All right. Anyways, I should probably introduce myself to you guys. My name is Joe. My pronouns are he, him. I think it's important in 2024 that we let people know how we identify. So my pronouns are he, him. Also, I have eczema and razor burn. So I identify as biracial. That's just me. You guys do whatever you want to do, but that's how I identify. Getting older sucks. I know getting older sucks because people don't like old things. For example, I was driving with my wife in the car the other day, and she was like, oh, a puppy. And then we got up closer to the car, and she was like, oh, it's just a dog. I was like, it still serves a purpose. Like, is that how you're going to talk about me? What the fuck? She wouldn't, though. I love my wife. She's great. Actually, got some news today that's pretty exciting. We've been trying to have a kid for a while, and it was pretty touch and go. So we decided to go IVF, and we had a call with the doctor today. She's not pregnant, but it's not my fault, and that's almost better. we were on the call with the doctor, and he was like, I'm sorry, you're not pregnant. And she's like, is it because he drinks too much? And he was like, no, it doesn't have anything to do with that. And she's like, it's because he's a smoker, right? And he's like, no, everything looks fine on that end. And she was like, well, what is it then? And he was like, I don't know, stress? Maybe chill the fuck out? And I was just in the background of the Zoom call like, my fucking God, dude, let's go! I fucking love this dude. Go back in time, make him the best man at my wedding. Dr. Amos, shout out. Hope you're watching on YouTube. My wife is so excited about having a kid that recently she called me daddy in bed. But I grew up without a dad, so I don't know what like the love and affection of a father is supposed to be like. So I just got like confused. I was like, do you want me to leave? I'll go get cigarettes and never come back. Don't fucking play with me. No, I wouldn't do that to my wife. I love my wife. I would do anything for her. She likes to fall asleep to white noise. So every night before bed, I put on old episodes of Friends. She's actually been having like really crazy dreams lately. So the first 20 minutes of my day is hearing about shit that didn't really happen. It's just like, oh my God, and then I was at my cousin's house, but it wasn't really my cousin's house. It just felt like my cousin's house, and then there was a dog the size of the room, and I'm like, oh, that's fucking crazy, and none of it happened. What are we talking about? Like, I'm sure at even Martin Luther King's famous I Have a Dream speech, when he started out, I had a dream, like half the audience was like, oh, here we go. Oh, you dreamed racism wasn't real? Well, fucking that's great. That would be awesome. But guess what? That's not real. Yeti. Thanks. You know what I'm really tired of, though, is people acting like they're smart. Like, I think with the internet today, everybody feels like they have to be smart and they have to have, like, the right take. But the truth is that, and I'm sure if you take a catalog of all the people you know, most of them are fucking dumb, right? That's just my friends? Okay. My friends are fucking idiots. Every time they try to tell me anything, I'm like, David, you failed pre-algebra twice. Shut the fuck up. No one's looking to you for advice, dude. Like, even the smartest people in our society are actually kind of fucking stupid. Like, Stephen Hawking, one of the greatest minds of a generation, he went to Epstein's Island. Dude, you're going to risk your entire reputation to watch? You can't even do anything. What are you going to a sex trafficking island for? You're going to get fucking busted? You could watch online. It's not a smart move. And like a lot of people are bagging on Elon Musk. I knew Elon wasn't smart when he thought he could get into a long-term relationship with some broad named Grimes. The fuck are you? That's not a smart guy move. It just makes me wonder what Einstein was up to. I just picture Einstein like scratching his ass and then sniffing his fingers and touching his face and being like, oh, damn it. Like, we're all kind of dumb. And I think we should be able to admit that. I'll admit it, I'm dumb. And I've believed some dumb stuff. I think we all have. You know, growing up, you believe the Easter Bunny is real and all kinds of stuff that now you look back and go, that's dumb. But like for me, I think the one that stands out is my cousins used to tell me that Rhythm was a big Jamaican man that would snatch up kids that were bad. And then they used to sing Gloria Estefan's The Rhythm Is Gonna Get You at me. They'd be like, the rhythm is gonna get you. The rhythm is gonna get tonight. Dun, 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 dun. And I'd just be laying in my bed like, no, please. Just waiting for some big dreadlock motherfucker to be like, poof, me here for the boy. He been bad. It's like, oh no. I gotta get out of here. But before I do, I feel like I should do what every dumb person seems to be doing right now. and give you my opinion on the Israel-Palestine conflict. I don't really have an opinion on the Israel-Palestine. Like I don't live there. I don't know what's going on. Like I could guess, but I'm too busy worried about like getting shot at a Wendy's because the kid didn't get hugged enough. Like we have our own problems. I don't need to deal with all that, you know. But if I would say one thing, it's a terrible situation. It looks awful. Like you just see soldiers in the street like shooting kids, you know. And it's like, God, those should be kids in schools shooting each other. That's the American way. USA, USA, USA. All right, thank you guys so much. Have a good night.
His wife lets him wear that shirt. But you know what? We love her. Give it up for Joe Gangemi, everybody. Me here for the boy. Let me tell you something about that joke, okay? My roommate, Dan, and yes, again, if you were listening before, I am 37 years old and I have a roommate, right? Not because of the financial ruin I put myself in, but because I moved in with my girlfriend, but it was really soon, and I can't stand being a fucking stereotype. So I said, let's get our friend Dan so it doesn't look like we're U-Haul lesbians. You know what I mean? It looks like we're all just helping each other out, right? Anyway, so Dan loves that fucking joke so much that I'm telling you, Joe, he doesn't give a fuck what time of day is. If he comes into the fucking house, sometimes he just throws the door open and he goes, me here for the boy, every fucking time. So, Joe, you are lasting in our home. I may have walked him, but I know he loved your joke. All right. These vodka sodas don't drink themselves. So, we're going to bring your next guy up. Oh, I didn't even ask who's coming up. All right, so your next guy on the list. Oh, I see him. Nobody can miss him. All right. Very much love him. He didn't want to be my roommate, so I had to settle for Dan, but that's fine. Please give it up for the most special man in my life, Mr. John Henry.
Keep it going for Sierra, everybody. Keep it going for Sean and Eddie and Joe and Nick. Is it Nick? Nick, wonderful show. Half the crowd's gone. Thank you for sticking around. This show is entirely dedicated to you two right now. You're the only ones here that aren't comics, as well as some of the comics who aren't comics. Nick, nobody believes you love fast food, okay? That is not the body of a man who loves fast food. This is what loving fast food looks like. All right, dude? Dude's like, I'm calling Filiberto's late at night. Filiberto's calls me, motherfucker. That's what loving fast food is. I'm even skeptical about the Diet Coke thing. I think you're drinking water and eating turkey salads and that's it. Whatever. I do appreciate y'all being here. After the show, ladies, if any of you would like a massage, I'm available. If you're wondering, I am. Two very pretty young women this week have both told me that I'm so good at massage that I'm like one of those massage giver guys. I don't know, there's a name for it. Misogynist. Two ladies called me misogynist this week. So, after the show, if you're wondering, I'm open. You guys drinking on a Tuesday? I started drinking around seventh grade, so I've got some experience. I got busted in junior high drinking and had to get called. Like the teachers called my parents, and they're like, well, he's drinking at a 12th grade level, so that's Wisconsin. That's what we do. Yeah. All right. Well, that took me 10 minutes to write. I thought it would take me 10 minutes to say. I have kids. I have two kids. my kids are now grown, but when my daughter was in the 7th grade, she wanted to be a cheerleader. She didn't want to be a cheerleader. Her friends were cheerleaders. Her friends wanted to be cheerleaders, so they all tried out. She was just going along with her friends. And she had the 2 friends. That was her little clique. And then they made the 2 friends the cheerleaders, and my daughter didn't make the squad. And it was bad because then after they became cheerleaders, they just stopped being friends with my daughter. And I get it. That's how junior high goes. But what really pissed me off was one of the friends. You know, when you think of a cheerleader, you have a certain visual in mind. And I get it, you're in 7th grade, you know. But this girl looked like a pug, like one of those dogs with his face smashed in, and whiskers and shit. And the other dog wasn't so much ugly as she was in a wheelchair. So it sucked. And then the following year, they all tried out again. In 8th grade, that's serious cheerleading business now. 7th grade was bullshit, apparently, because in 8th grade, they're like, all right, we're not fucking around anymore. They put my beautiful daughter on the cheerleading team, and Pug Ugly got to sit the bench, and I guess they just got sick of throwing that fucking wheelchair in the air. So my daughter became a cheerleader in 8th grade, and I was very proud, and I know it was important to her, so I wanted to support her. So I went to see her go be a cheerleader at one point for the 8th grade boys basketball team. And watching 8th grade basketball, I'm a sports fan. I'm getting into it. It's a riveting game. Halftime, the score is 11-8. Because that's what 8th grade boys basketball team. But at the end of the game, I'm like kind of getting into it, and it's a close game. And I'm cheering, and someone calls a foul, and I'm like, that's not a foul, what are you doing? And the guy next to me like, hey, which one's your kid? And I go, no, I'm just here to see the cheerleaders. And that was the only one I ever saw her do, so that was the story. What do we got here? Really? All right. No, it's good. It's good. We don't need to stick around for this. I saw. You guys, I don't know if you're car enthusiasts in here, but the new Mustangs that came out, have you seen them? They're like, the Mustangs are now all electric. It's not like, nothing like a Mustang ever was before. It's a 4-door, all electric, crossover, whatever. As a car person, when I saw this, I was highly offended. I've loved cars my whole life. I've loved Mustangs. It's American muscle car. I had a Mustang. And I was very upset with this whole Mustang debacle, and really pissed me off. And I'm like online, on a Mustang ad, and I'm commenting, "This isn't a Mustang. You can't slap a Mustang logo on a Tesla and call it a Mustang. That's bullshit." And as I'm typing this out, I go, "Oh, I'm transphobic for cars. That's all this is. I hate this Mustang because of what it's calling itself." But I'm never going to be inside of one. No one's ever going to make me ride one. Why do I care so much about this stupid thing? And then I let it go, and then I was fine. And it was so much happier. Now I'm not a car transphobe anymore. And that's my transphobe. I used to be transphobic, for real. Not in a hateful way, but just in an ignorant way. 20 years ago, you see someone that was trans, and I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, what's going on? I don't understand. And now I know that I'll just never understand, and that's okay. It's none of my business. They can do what the fuck they want. So probably should have thrown a punchline in there, but whatever. That's my time. My name's John Henry. Thank you very much.
John McCarthy. Let me tell you something, people. All right, to all you beautiful people in here, you 35 people in this room, packed in very tightly. Let me tell you the truth. I asked to host this show, okay? And I come up here and I say, John McCarthy, all right? I asked to host this thing. So give it up for Mr. John Henry. John Henry, I like to call him the Dolly Parton of comedy, Why? Because let me tell you something. It takes a lot of money for him to look that trashy. You fucking think he's broke? He ain't broke, motherfucker. I guarantee, like, his outfit is more than any of our outfits in here. Because this bastard is just drunk in any establishment, just going, no, I'll take a jersey. Yeah, I'll take that jersey. The motherfucker's in. I watched him drunk at fucking Chase Stadium, just buying hats and jerseys. And let me tell you, his shoes, he just is a dad, you know? He believes in wearing them till the wheels fall off. They're hideous. But that bastard, like, my shit's from Ross. I do. Here we go. All right. Let's move on to your next comic. I had to remind myself. Oh, are we bumping? Okay. So we're going to move on to your next comic. You can get out. We'll move on to our next comic. Your headliner, no. The next guy, very much love him dearly. Gave him shit in the beginning of the show, mainly because I love him. He is my brother. I've known this man since I fucking started comedy. So we go back and forth all day long. Please give it up for the man who lurks in the shadows, for the man who lurks in your dreams at night, for Interview with the Vampire, for the only one who you think is cosplaying Eddie Murphy in that vampire movie. I fucking forgot it. What is it? Vampire in Brooklyn. I know, you were in it. Give it up for Mr. Diethrich Shelton.
Before I begin, my character has been misrepresented on this stage by my sister Sierra earlier, where she said that I said some very misogynistic things. I want you to know I'm going to tell you the real story, which I come off far worse, but what I hate more than being perceived as being toxic is being misquoted. So I was simply stating that she was no longer for the streets, is what I was saying. I wasn't telling her that she shouldn't lose weight because, well, who cares? Nor was I saying that she shouldn't lose weight because she was too old. What I said was, it's been a long time since she was fit. And the funny thing about losing weight when you've been overweight for a long time is that it's better to be big than skinny. And by skinny, I don't mean thin, I mean full of skin. So, yeah, I'm wearing sweatpants. Why? Because I'm in my 40s and I've made peace with this shit. And you need to as well. Oh, I was preparing. I was ready for this shit. I'm okay. I'm comfortable and look horrible. You look uncomfortable. And how does that feel? So when she was up here doing what she was doing to my reputation, my girlfriend, yes, I have a girlfriend. My girlfriend watches this shit. And she texted me, we need to talk. So, Sierra, I'm warning you. If I lose a woman who's willing to sleep with me while wearing track pants, so you can get some laughs with your hacky-ass jokes in the back of a dive bar, you're gonna wish I were the fucking bear. Oh, so I am on the autism spectrum. I possess the Asperger's. It doesn't possess me. But I found out recently that I do not have Asperger's. I found out that as of 2014, the diagnosis of Asperger's syndrome has been retired, which makes me wonder, is this also the cure for herpes, to just retire the diagnosis? Like, well, what's wrong with my penis? like, I don't know, acne. Try Proactive. It might clear that right up. But here's the thing. If I am nothing else, I am a student of history. And I do know the origins of the Asperger's syndrome. And many people don't know this. Its origins is actually rooted from the Nazis. So I'm thinking that Asperger's syndrome just became a victim of the cancel culture. And they were like, oh, this is problematic because technically it is. See, here's what it was. Dr. Hans Asperger's decided, hey, wait a minute. Not all of them are as bad, so Hitler, maybe you don't kill them all. Some of them can be used for menial tasks. And that is how the Asperger's autism spectrum was created. And now it's problematic because to say someone is high functioning, you're actually saying people are low functioning. And I'm like, well, who is that really offensive to? Me? No, because I'm high functioning. I'm at the top of the rainbow. But is it offensive towards the low functioning ones? No, they couldn't care less about what's being said or even what's around them. So they're not offended. Here's who's offensive. You neurotypical snowflakes are the ones that are offended by the shit. You cannot be offended for me by me. That's not a thing. I do believe there are jobs that people like me should not be allowed to do. And by people like me, I mean people on the spectrum, not black people. Like, I do not believe I should be allowed to do customer service. Guess what I did for 20 years of my life? So the next time you're on the phone with customer service and they are pissing you off and you wonder if this person is retarded, it's possible. They're not allowed to discriminate against us. I shouldn't be allowed to do customer service because, one, I don't like being asked questions. Only thing I hate more than being asked questions is having to answer questions. Only thing I hate more than having to answer questions is being asked a follow-up question to the first question I didn't want to be asked nor have to answer. Only thing I hate more than being asked a follow-up question is having to answer a follow-up question to the first question I didn't want to be asked nor answer nor be followed up upon. And people will say things to you over the phone that they would never ever say to you in person. So I was working for a bank, and this guy called looking for a lower interest rate on his credit card. He did not qualify. So I had to let him know, sir, you are at the lowest rate we have available. He's like, you mean to tell me there's not a low rate available? It's like, I mean to tell you you are at the lowest rate we have available. He's like, you're just saying the same thing over and over again. This is poor customer service. It's like, sir, it's the same question, therefore it has the same answer. This is not poor customer service. This is cause and effect. And he's like, fuck you, cracker. And I'm like, haha, wrong slur. And so because I corrected his racism, I had to go to an ethnic sensitivity workshop. It did not take me long to realize I was sitting in the middle of a Klan meeting because Bubba stood up and said he had a hard time dealing with the coloreds because they take our women. It's like, have you seen the white women black men take? Not only should you not be mad, I say you owe me a muffin basket. Now, I too participate in the interracial festivities. I play in the snow. Matter of fact, I was having the sex with this Caucasian lady. And she whispers in my ear, can I say the N-word? Okay, let me explain. I don't get to have the sex very often. So I wasn't going to ruin it by saying no. Other black people get mad at me and I have to let them know, look, letting some white bitch call me nigger, not the worst thing anybody's ever done for pussy. I thought to myself, maybe this will be sexy. Yes, my mind actually went there. And then I heard it out loud. It was not sexy. She dropped the hard R, I gave her the hard D. What followed was the most angry militant finish in history. Not only did I come, I overcame. I'll leave with this. We're all aware of backhanded compliments, right? The most famous backhanded compliment has got to be, "You clean up nice." When someone says "you clean up nice," what they're really saying is, normally you look fucked up. I got the weirdest backhanded compliment from this lady. She said, "Diethrich, you have the ugliest teeth but the prettiest smile. If I were a little drunker, I'd give you a mercy fuck." And I thought to myself, really? You think you would be showing me the mercy? You have stretch marks on your neck. You look as though you loaded makeup into a shotgun and then Kurt Cobained it on. And when she started crying, I realized, ooh, I might be saying all this out loud. She's like, I could change the makeup and lose weight, but you'll always be ugly. I'm like, wow, you still think I'm the ugly one here? It's like, fuck you, bitch. I clean up nice. All right, guys, I'm Diethrich Shelton. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Wow. Wow. Okay, I guess. I thought we were having fun tonight. Wow. Angry much? Wow. Let's not scare these white folk off, Diethrich. You and I are going to have a friendly battle of words tonight, okay? Let's not be the spicy Latina and the militant black man tonight. Thank you. Alrighty. You guys have been absolutely amazing. We have your headliner coming up. Please stick around for your final comic. You guys that came out that aren't comics, guys, honestly, go to the bar, tell her, on me, a round of waters. On me. On me. Lemon if you'd like. Sugar will cost you. All right. Actually, honestly, get a round of shots and then put it on John McCarthy. John McCarthy. All right. Your final comic coming up for the evening. Let me tell you something. I may go back and forth with Diethrich Shelton. I would be a fool to go against this man. In fact, I did in my first year of comedy, and I learned very quickly exactly the ins and outs. So, without further ado, the man who runs this show on a regular basis, I don't think anyone else has run this show. I think only Sean McCarthy has run this show. I don't think, no, the beautiful thing is this has been a legacy for many years now. You're looking at over a decade. John Henry had this. Sean McCarthy was so gracious enough to keep the legacy going. It has been a beautiful joy on Tuesday nights in a world full of chaos. So please, my dear friend, Waylon's father, Bojack's best friend on earth, please give it up for Mr. Sean McCarthy.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Oh, Jesus, I was not. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. It's a pleasure to have you guys here. I had some dental work earlier. This set's going to be difficult. Try not to say any S's, although my first bit is about a sleeping snake from Sayanora's. Thank you very much. I got to bow. My mom would always tell me to bow. She was a famous entertainer that worked all over the valley throughout the 80s. She worked at Bourbon Street Highlighters, and she was the last gal on the main stage at the Alaskan Bush Company when they were raided by the federales. So I have to bow for my mom. Okay, moving forward. Let's hear it for the great comics you saw tonight. This cat, Mick, my new favorite comic, Mick. What's up, Mick? How you doing? What's going on? What's going on? I had some McNuggets today. What's up? What's up? Had some McNuggets today. Put this away. This is my pre-show mirror. I'm like, all right, we're gonna have a good time on stage. Thank you very much, Mick. Nice job. I appreciate it. I'm kidding. Very nice. Diethrich just left the room. Let's talk about that nice black boy right there. Is he back? Did he walk back in? Let's hear it for Diethrich, my favorite African American. So soon as he leaves the room, that nice black boy. Oh, he's back? Okay. Diethrich, I love you so much. You're too funny. I really appreciate you, sir. Okay. Oh, and John Henry, he did have the show for 10 years. He made the stage. He made the sign. I'm going to just try and thank everybody and then get out of here. John Henry, I love him the most. He's amazing. All right. Dan Johnson had my favorite set tonight. I hope you're watching tonight from your cousin's graduation, you son of a bitch. I'm kidding. Cancel on me, Dan Johnson. Big shout outs to Savvy AF. I don't know if they've had her benefit or not, but she's in the hospital with explosive chlamydia. Savvy, I hope you get better. Explosive chlamydia, poor girl. Okay, moving forward. Oh, let's hear from my favorite first generation, possibly maybe just came over the border, Eddie Cruz. Eddie is the El Rey de la Comedia Acer de la Frontera, mi amigos. That's right, he's the king of comedy south of the border. His favorite joke is, dos judeos entraron una bar y capello. The cooks love that one. Okay. Diethrich, you're pacing around the back of the room. You're scaring me right now. Diethrich, sit down and stop pacing. You're scaring the white girls. Diethrich, sit the fuck down, bro. That's what 55 looks like, bro. Hey, how old's your kid, you said? How old's your kid? 11 months. That's pretty fucking dope. Hey, wait, is it a boy or a girl? Boy, what's the name? Max. Oh, that's a good name. Cool. You didn't name him some weird fucking name. He'll get his ass kicked. Max is pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? Max Zautra. It's pretty fucking tough. His dad, Mick. It's Mick, right? Okay, I know. I'm being a dick, dude. You're being a dick, Mick. Mick, I'm being a dick. I'm kidding. No, that's a nice name. Max Zautra. That's pretty dope. Is it like Maximo or Maxine or anything, or is it just short? Maxwell. Oh, that's fucking even doper. Maxwell? Maxwell Zautra? That kid's gonna get laid just on that name, dude. Fuck yeah, kid's gonna show up to school with a Diet Coke shirt and be like, suck it, Maxwell Zautra. Boom. Get that kid a snappy shirt. He'll be getting blowjobs in 7th grade. By his teachers. Hello. I'll be here all week. Try the veal tacos. Thank you. Hey, did you notice no one was listening to music until the fucking show started? It kills me the most that happens. And like Perry, the bartender, she's sweet, so I'm like, hey, can you just turn the music off on this side? She's like, yeah. And then somehow it gets louder. But it makes me laugh so hard that like the show started this week, and all of a sudden like there was no music, and the first song it played was "You Make Me Crazy." You know that song by fucking yeah, Gnarls Barkley, and that's a great song. But it's like I always like try and gauge like what happened that it was completely quiet in the bar, and someone had their third shot. They went in the bathroom and did some meth. And goes, you know, it'd be a good song, that fucking Gnarls Barkley song. And then it goes in, and then like they always usually end up going to like Layla, and then like fucking Train Roll On by like fucking Leonard Skinner. It usually gets depressing and sad. So I'm glad they at least stopped the music. Oh, I have it. Yeah, last week they went. Oh, that was a fucked up thing. Last week they did. Someone played Natalie Imbruglia, Torn, but it was like the extended remix, and I was like, can we fucking stop this song? It's going on for like 15 minutes. I'm already torn. It just kept going. I was like, who the fuck is on crank right now? Anyway, yeah, so there's that. You know what I was going to say? Mick, I don't have any children. I know people talk to me, like you said, you have children, and of course, Sierra and her life partner, Bree, I think they're adopting 4 black kids from Cambodia, aren't you? Isn't that the, Cameron, is that what you do, right? Okay. Isn't that what you ladies do now? You just get a couple of dark kids from some weird country? Is that how you fucking scissors do it? What's going on? I'm just kidding. Such a dick. I love you so much. I can't believe I'm talking to my friend like that. Oh, this is what I was going to say. I went to microdose and I macrodose, and it's hitting me. So I don't have any kids, right? I'm 55. I don't have any kids, and I did date 2 women that had kids, right? One woman, she had like a younger daughter. It was like a little. She was like a couple years old, so she was tiny for a little bit, like the few years we dated. But one chick in L.A., she was 12 years older than me. I was like 35. She was 47. She was this fucking gorgeous ex-actress that was just fucking amazing. 47, gorgeous, fucking severely gorgeous. But anyway. She had 2 daughters, and they were like 8 and 12 when I met them. And we dated for a handful of years, like 4 years. But at one point, the youngest daughter, she said to me, she just was just being a fucking twat is what she was being for no reason. Because I was really nice. Like, I bought them drum sets. I bought them fucking, like, tickets to Green Day. I would do, like, cool shit, right? Like, I was just like, I don't give a fuck. You're not my fucking kids. As long as you don't do drugs, let's have fun, right? But the younger one was busting my balls when she was like 11 or 12. And she's like, you're mean. I go, what are you talking about? She goes, you're mean. I just didn't like the way she was like, you're mean. Like just such a like a little, like I just wanted to slap her. And I was like, listen, let me tell you what mean is, you little fucking shit, if you want to get fucking real. And she just kind of froze for a minute because I just watched this special on lions. And this is what lions do when they meet another female lion that already has some kids. They go in the den and they maul the fucking kids and they remate with the fucking lion. I told him, I said, hey, you know what's mean? Fucking lion. You want me to fucking maul you and your fucking sister and remate with your mother? I don't think your ovaries are still working, but I'll fucking do it. She didn't like that. But yeah, so I never raised children. Oh, and I watched my sister's kid. Here's another story. This made me laugh. My little nephew, Michael, he would always say, Uncle Sean, tell me something funny to do. And I go, all right. So I was like, this is how you pretend like you trip, and this is how you pretend to walk into a wall. Like I teach him how to like do falls and stuff. And one time he came to me and he goes, Uncle Sean, I know that I know how to fart. And I go, what do you mean you know how to fart? And he goes, well, I know that when I pull your finger, that's a trick. You got to have one ready to go. He was like 5 years old, and he figured out that, hey, pull my finger. He figured out it was a trick. And I go, how'd you figure that out? He goes, well, me and my friend at school, we kept yanking each other's fingers trying to fart until I thought I broke his finger, and then he cried, and the teacher came. We had to tell her, so they got in trouble. And I was like, all right, well, listen, buddy. He goes, yeah, and guess what? I know how to fart now. I go, all right, listen. When you got one to go and you want to show your Uncle Sean, show me like a fart. He's like fucking 5 years old, pale white, because my sister's a fucking Irish, so my whole family's like Irish. I got the fucking beige, fucking Jew, gorgeous tan, dark color. They got all the red hair, blue eyes, and pale skin. So little Michael is 5 years old, completely pale, red hair, blue eyes, and I forget we have the conversation. He tells me he knows how to fart, and then about like a couple hours later, I yell upstairs. I go, Michael, get changed. Let's go in the pool. He's like, all right. He comes running downstairs with his shorts in his right hand, completely bare ass naked. And he goes, Uncle Sean, I got to fart. Watch this. Watch, I got to fart. And he goes, and he puts his finger up and like really squeeze it. And then he goes, and like shit across the floor. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. I fucking lost it. I was like, oh my God, that's so awesome. And then he started to cry and he got upset. He goes, I didn't mean to do that. I got to practice. And he ran upstairs. And I go, Michael, you shit on the floor. He goes, that's a bad word. So I never had kids, but I love kids. And I think they're awesome. And poor kid. I'll say this to wrap it up. After that happened, I was like, it was so funny. I was probably 29 when that happened. It was my young 30s. And I just remember thinking, man, if I only knew when I was his age that, like, you can't walk into someone's house and, like, naked and shit in their floor and get away with it unless you're a kid, I would have shit in my fucking house a lot more, Bear. I would have just walked in people's houses at 5 going, watch me fart. Oh, I shit in your floors, and just run out of the house. I would have been shitting across the neighborhood. All right, listen, this has been a very traumatic experience for me because I've never really done stand before. This is only my second set, brother. Second, bro. Second diet. Drink this up, Diet Coke. All right, listen, I got to get out of here because I'm a Jew, and unlike Joe, I do have a real opinion on the Middle East. I don't like Virginia. All right, thank you.
Keep it going for Sean McCarthy. Thank you guys very much for coming out. Really appreciate you. We'll be back here next Tuesday, 7:30 sharp. Give it up for Margot. Please make sure she leaves Diethrich tonight. All right. No, thank you guys very much. That's your show. Tickle Your Bone.